Hello everybody out there in the wine world. This is Bill Elsey, the Sommelier with Wines.com, and today I am joined with a new co-host here on the segments. This is Jessica Farley. Jessica, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Bill.
Pleasure to have you here. And today we are going to taste through some wines that we have selected that fall into the kind of the value-driven price point. Jessica and I were talking the other day about wines that we like to drink every day of the week. That fall kind of in between $10 and $15. It's really a price category that a lot of people will go out and buy. And so we've made some of our selections, so we're going to work through them and kind of see what we think. So Jessica, what's the first wine that you picked up for us?
Well, Bill, the first wine we have here is a Sauvignon Blanc, and it is from the Marlborough region in New Zealand, and its label is Cupcake. And this is a wine that you'll see quite often, but first and foremost, I love this wine because it's a value-driven wine, and it's so fresh, so bright, so crisp. It's perfect for a nice summer afternoon, or even a great night at home where you just want a light wine to kind of drink while you're hanging out around the house. So great value point. You can find this wine from anywhere from $8.99 a glass all the way up to about $10 a bottle.
Whenever you're out looking for wines to kind of drink every day, what are some of the characteristics in the wine that you're looking for?
Well, I like a wine that's nice and fresh and crisp, something that's not too heavy. I like to be able to drink the wine and not have to feel like I need to cook a big meal to go along with the wine, and that's every day. Sometimes I might grab something to go from a restaurant, so I want something that's kind of easy. I can open it up, a lower price point, so that I'm not breaking the bank buying a bottle of wine every night of the week.
Right. Okay. Cool. All right. Let's see how the Cupcake Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough works out for us.
First on the nose I get with this is a lot of lemon, a lot of lime.
Yeah, loads of the kind of the very spot-on New Zealand character of, very citrus-driven, a lot of that really kind of in-your-face green and grapefruit kind of aromatics to it. Nice nose. That's really, that's pretty easy to drink. I love that that citrus character really comes through with that maintaining that acidity. It's a very fresh, very refreshing. Is this something that you have found that you'd like to drink more so just kind of on its own during the spring, or like while you're preparing the meal?
Yeah. Absolutely. This is one of the wines I like to start off with in the night. If I'm having a dinner party, as guests are arriving, rather than pouring some sparkling wine or champagne, I like to go with a light Sauvignon Blanc while we're out kind of walking around in the garden. It's very approachable, and I just love the grapefruit coming through. So it really starts off, and it actually kind of wakes up the appetite too as you're going into the heavier wines, or I kind of like to follow with a Riesling or something a little more sweetness to it. So this really starts off the evening quite well. Cool.
Yeah, I like that wine. It's great. It's refreshing. For the warm weather and seafood, different things like that. I think it would be a great starter wine. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Why don't you tell us about the next one that you picked up here?
All right, the next one we have is we're moving up to France. We're going to go to the Alsace region, and this is a Kuhn's Boss, and it is an Alsatian blend. It is a blend of Sylvaner, Muscat, Argeois, and Chasselas.
Yes.
And this is a traditional Alsace blend. Here you're going to be in a cooler region, and the acidity is just going to be bright, crisp. I love to pair Alsatian wines with oysters. It's one of my favorites. So oysters, sushi, not too much of the spicy sushi, but some more of sashimi as an appetizer going around, and just a few small bites is what I like to pair these wines with.
Cool. Okay. I love Alsatian wines. I think that a lot of times that they can be they can be very expressive in their style with a right type of characteristics, but some of these different blends can be very affordable as well. So what was the retail price on this?
The retail price on the Kuhn's Boss here was $12.99, so not bad at all. And I've seen it some wine lots do discounts, and I've seen them as low as $10.99 a bottle. So
Gotcha.
A great price point.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting notes. A lot of that. Stone fruit characteristics come through. I get a lot of that green apple character, some of that that like honeydew melon. It's like ripe, but also has this nice underlying minerality that's coming through to it.
Absolutely. And that totally on the palate, that really transforms through, and you get that honeydew light. The minerality really shows through it's not overly acidic. I think it's pretty balanced for a $12 bottle wine.
Yeah, again, I mean, that's clean, crisp, easy to drink. The thing that I always have liked about Alsatian wines is that you get this ripeness and kind of richness on the nose, and it's very expressive of what I always describe as like this sun-kissed type of character. And then you get it on the palate, and it's a little bit more mineral tinged, great acid, very easy to drink. So that's a cool blend, and at the price point too. I mean, I can easily see that with oysters, a lot of different types of seafood, just kind of get in the meal.
Absolutely.
Nice one. All right, so let's move on to the wine that I selected. I am a Riesling nut. I think that Riesling is probably the most versatile white wine to have at the dinner table, to kick off a meal, working all the way through dessert. I really am a huge fan of wines from Austria these days. I think that they provide excellent value. I think that they are very, very clean, very well-made, sound wines, ranging from white wines, Gruner Veltliner, dry Riesling, all the way through some of the different reds, Blaufränkisch, Zweigelt. So this is one of my favorite producers. This is the Hubert 2009 dry Riesling. This is coming from the Traisental DAC. So let's give this one a whirl. See what you think. This is retailing from anywhere from about $12 to about $15 a bottle, just kind of depending on what the vintage is. You can find it probably at some places for right around like $10.99 on some of the more closeouts.
I just love the nose of a good Riesling.
Me too. Yeah, very expressive with just loads of that kerosene kind of lamp oil, the typical petrol characteristics to me. A lot of citrus though, that orange zest.
Some white flowers really jumping out on the end of the finish of the nose there.
Yeah, and just squeaky clean. You know, this wine doesn't see anything other than just stainless steel. It's just very sound made. It just smells very refreshing, just on the nose, and I love the minerality too. Ooh. Great acid as well. Yeah, very refreshing in style. What else are you? What are you getting on
I get some citrus on the finish there, some lemon peel, you know, really preserved lemon on the finish there, but that the minerality and the acidity really bounces out, so it's a nice clean finish, but yet lingering finish.
Yeah, it does last. You know, for a wine that's you know, in that kind of like $12, $13 price point, it really offers a lot of depth. I mean, the palate does linger for quite a while. You know, something that's with that acid, it's refreshing. It makes me want to go back to it each time and keep drinking it. So a great sipper on its own, something that I think would pair well with a range of dishes from your classic seafood all the way through your lighter white meats, poultry, things like that. So, well, cool. Well, two great selections, Jessica. You know, thank you very much for pulling those today. Hadn't actually had the Kunst Boss before, and then yeah, all under $15 in price point. So. We'd love to hear what you guys think out there. If you have any go-to everyday wines that fall in that kind of $10 to $15 price point, or even cheaper than that, $10 and under, let us know. Reach out to us at Wines.com on Twitter. You can always reach out to us on our Facebook page. I am at Bill Elsey on Twitter, and she is at Jess M. Farley on Twitter. Thanks, guys.